Yo, what is going on, guys? Max UC here, back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be looking at some of the best gear loadouts for Dayz 1.0. So I did do this for 0.63. If you haven't seen it on my channel, go ahead and check it out. Some of the same ideas and concepts from it, but a little bit of a twist now that there's a bunch of new items in the game, and I just want to go ahead and run through it all to give you my opinion of what some of the best gear loadouts that you can get, and really just how you should play for whatever your play style might be. Alright, first up, we'll go ahead and talk about some of the guns. So, a lot of people like running around with the AKs or M4s. So, an assault rifle build, basically, sometimes they'll carry it with a pistol or maybe even another submachine gun or something like that. So that way they have one for a little bit of distance, but they also have one up close. What I really suggest with this one is, so with the AK or the M4, you could run something like with a shotgun instead of like a submachine gun or anything like that, to give you something of more close range while you still have the distance, so you can still shoot from like here to here. You know, you have the assault rifle, but when it comes to close quarters, you know, say you're in a building and there's someone on the other side of a door, you know, you don't really want to come in and just start spraying with a, you know, an assault rifle or even a submachine gun. Sometimes it's better just to have a good old shotgun, and then, you know, a pistol to back it up. But only if you can't bring a melee, which, you know, if you do have a pistol, I highly recommend putting a suppressor on it to keep it nice and quiet, so that way you're not really giving out your position at all times just because you have to kill a few Zeds or something like that along those lines. Next, I want to talk about something like a sniper rifle. So, this is a bit touchy because if you do want to run something like a sniper, the VSD, or even the Mosin, this one's a little bit trickier because you already have your range with one of those and you have an insane amount of range. So what do you really run after that? I mean, you could run like a submachine gun or a shotgun, but a lot of people just run another, like an M4 with it for some weird reason, because then you have a lot of weight on you and it makes it a lot harder to be able to, you know, sprint out any situation that you might need to. So this one's kind of tricky in my opinion. So you can go with the Mosin, you can run with the USG or even the SG5K. In my opinion, I'd recommend using the USG in that one because you still have that range, but it's not a whole lot of range and it's really good up close. And in my opinion, it's just easier to find bullets for the USG than most other guns. So that alone is a pretty good reason just to go ahead and pick it up and carry it with you if you're running around with a Mosin or even the VSD. So that way you end up with this nice balance of an insane amount of range, but also if someone you know, seeing you and finding out where you are, you could be able to, you know, protect yourself whenever they do come up close. So you're not really a sitting duck. Yeah, I know no matter what, you're going to end up running, you know, a backup gun of any kind whenever you have a sniper for sure, because you don't want to just be running around with a Mosin. That's just stupid unless you're just desperate. So if you do have a choice, I highly recommend the USG, but if you do want to run around with an assault rifle, you might want to pack lighter when it comes to things like food and water, so that way you do have some sprint, but, you know, you're not going to have a whole lot. So let's say, for example, if you do end up running around with a sniper and an assault rifle at the same time, what you could do is, instead of carrying maybe 3 cans of food, maybe just carry 2, and maybe ditch the melee or whatever pistol you have, so that way you kind of save yourself some time and energy. So you're not really wasting a whole lot of time, and you really have a bunch of options open for you when it comes to, you know, what do you want to do. And lastly, let's talk about shotguns, the almighty weapon. The weapon that can no longer be beaten, as it is the greatest thing to ever happen to mankind. So, you want to run around with a shotgun and just annihilate people, right? Well, here you go. You got to be up close to do so. So, you're kind of stuck with not a whole lot of options here besides rushing, and if you do want to rush, you're going to have to pack light on a lot of essentials so that way you can run around and have as much sprint as possible. If you do want to just run around with nothing but a shotgun and try to make your own weird Dayz challenge or just something along those lines, then you're definitely going to want to pack light. Maybe try to, you know, avoid a book bag or most other things. Like right now, I have a pretty good bit of stamina, and as you can see, I don't actually have a backpack or anything. I'm just running around with a field vest and using that as my backpack, and it's saving me a lot of time and it's helping me manage my resources a lot better. So if you do want to do that, I highly recommend trying that out, see how you like it, and taking it from there, because as with any other, you know, loadout, there always is a disadvantage to that one. The shotgun one being that you don't have a range, so I don't recommend running around with just a shotgun. If you can help it, try to bring at least some kind of rifle, maybe even a submachine gun if you absolutely just can't find anything else. If, you know, you've lost all hope already and you're just that desperate, then, you know, go ahead, just run around with a shotgun and try to shoot from like 2 feet away, and hopefully you'll get them. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to do it for today's video. Also, one last thing before I forget, a lot of these with the food, I do recommend 2 or 3 cans of food, as well as maybe 1 full water bottle. If you're really feeling desperate enough, maybe bring a can of soda too. A can of soda or 2, I'm sorry. So that way, if you do end up in some dire situation, you're not, you know, completely left out in the dark by yourself, and you're not gonna end up dying over something as stupid as not having something to drink. Yeah, like I said, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, and peace.